Now, Kenny Vest, Operations Director. He's going to talk to us about the Ugly Tie Fest. That's coming up tomorrow, isn't it? Kenny, welcome to the show.
It is. Thanks, Gerard. I got to say that Evan Audie story was insanity.
Crazy.
Crazy, unbelievable. But yeah, we have an event tomorrow. It's called the Ugly Tie Fest. It's going to be in downtown Gulfport. It's a collaboration with Billy Hughes. The Mayor Billy Hughes' office came up with the concept, came up with the name, and then they came to us to kind of bring it to another level. And we did that. We've got food trucks from all over the Gulf South coming in. Some great music, lots of ice cold beer. Just going to be a good event in downtown Gulfport, blocking off the street tomorrow around 10 a.m. And it's going to go all day.
Awesome. All right, so tell us about the Ugly Tie specifically, though. How does that work? What's that all about?
Well, that was, that was Billy Hughes' idea, Mayor Billy Hughes. This was originally scheduled for the Saturday before Father's Day. So it was an event highlighting Father's Day and bring your dad and wear an ugly tie. And then that tropical storm came through, and we had to move it to tomorrow. So it's the same name, same concept, but it's just not on Father's Day now. But we're gonna keep going with it. Probably have an ugly tie fest, ugly tie contest, and maybe some other dad type stuff. Maybe a dad bod contest, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And we look forward to it.
Yeah. And now, how long has this been occurring, this event?
No, this is an inaugural event.
It's the inaugural event. Okay.
Yes. Got involved a few weeks ago. We are.
Well, it's a great idea, and I'm not surprised coming from the mayor there. So that just sounds like a lot of fun. Are you expecting a pretty big crowd, especially with all the food trucks and so forth, huh?
Yeah, we hope so. Again, this is a non-ticketed event. The event is free, so there's no way to gauge how many people are going to come. We did a food truck fest a few weeks ago, and it came. We didn't know how many would show up, and we had over 4,000, or right around 4,000 people show up. So we anticipate a big. Again, we don't know going in, but we're doing a massive marketing campaign on all of our stations down here and television. It's pretty much everywhere, all over social media right now. So we're hoping for a huge crowd tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you think folks will come over from the neighboring states, particularly the proximity to Louisiana and Alabama there?
Yeah, we hope so. Having all these food trucks together in one location, we've got some of the best in the Gulf South who actually have a following. Some of them do. There's a whole nother type of person that follows food trucks, and they follow them all over the place. So we hope they come over. A lot of New Orleans folks head this way. They did when we did our first one, so we hope they come back.
So like a food truck hobbyist or a food truck enthusiast just following around the food trucks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They love food trucks. They love that food truck food, and they're saying food tastes better from a food truck, and it's just a good vibe. It's a good out there. A lot of music. We hope for another great event as we did a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I had an annual event when I had my company out in Denver at our big Denver office out there, and it was for our clients. Primarily, it was like an appreciation day, but we had food trucks would come out. It was always in August, where the weather's quite nice in Denver in August. It's a little different than it is here, but what a big attraction that was for our customers, our staff, to just have those food trucks out in our parking lot. That's become a big deal in the last few years.
It really has. People love food trucks, and I know there's certain cities where there's food trucks every day in the downtown area for, people to go to lunch. They're lined up every day. And, again, on our first event, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know there was going to be 20 people, 100 people, and then, almost 4,000 came. They came out for the food trucks. Wow. And it's pretty unbelievable. And we feel having them all together again, all in one location where it's not just a few, it's a whole, we're going to be lining the streets of Gulfport with food trucks. So should be fun. So come hungry.
That sounds like a great idea and a lot of fun. So you're kind of promoting this as a family event, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Family event. It's free. There'll be some activities for kids and families, and a lot of great music all day. Music starting at around 11, goes all the way to 7. So yeah, definitely family event. We do have some classic motorcycles coming out from French and Sons, which a lot of people like to check out those. And then we have a cruise in for anybody that's on bikes that wants to cruise in on, come on down to 27th Avenue. It'll be called Motorcycle Alley. So a lot of fun stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's a great way to kind of put that the lockup period, if you will, of the pandemic behind you, and get out and get around other people. It
Yeah.
maybe if you haven't been to any sporting events, as they have sort of returned to some degree of normal capacity, but this is a good way just to kind of celebrate getting out of the COVID funk.
Yeah. People are ready to get out. Pretty much everything that's going on the coast right now, they're coming out in masses. Matt McDonald over the Coliseum just had a show a few weeks ago, and it was the highest grossing show in the history of the
Wow.
Mississippi Coliseum. So that's a huge statement there, because he's had some huge shows over the past
Yeah.
35 years. So
Well,
yeah,
how
it's
is
pent up and want to get out.
how just your sense of it? How is the economy recovering along the Gulf Coast? What do you see and hear?
It's obviously been slow, but we think it's pivoting, and we can feel that it's turning, and it's coming back. Casinos are doing really well. In fact, I haven't seen the actual numbers, but you can feel that we're going in the right direction right now. Hopefully, we'll continue with that.
Yeah. Well, I know that it took its toll on them economically. Well, all the businesses, obviously, not just the casinos, but the shutdown stuff really hurt everybody, and a lot of people had to shed many of their workers just to make ends meet. Now they're trying to get them to all come back.
Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants, but while unemployment and all that stuff was going on, you go to a restaurant and there'd be one or two servers, and um, that went on for a while down here. I'm pretty sure it went on everywhere, but that's
Yeah,
starting to change too. And restaurants are staffed again now. We're still looking for people, but it's getting back, and hopefully
yeah.
it'll be fully back.
And you just have to be patient, don't you? I mean, I had breakfast with a little group that we just meet randomly at a local restaurant, and you could tell clearly they were understaffed. But the folks working were hustling and were friendly and efficient and doing everything they could, And honestly, it compels me to kind of boost the tip somewhat for just for that, even though they wasn't anything, I guess, unusual about the level of service. It didn't matter. I just felt like they're here, they're working,
Right.
and they're trying to do the job of multiple people in many cases. Help them out. It's kind of the way I look at it. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. You're seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can tell these people are working hard, and I think it's coming back. You can see it happening here. I was in New York a few weeks ago, and it
Yeah.
was depressing. I mean, every other window down in Manhattan, for lease. These are old restaurants for
Ah,
sale, for lease, and it just seemed like it was really just not the same city at all. But down here, it feels good, and it feels like it's headed in the right direction, and I really feel it is.
man, I sure certainly hope so. And hopefully the worst appears to be behind us. And there's a lot of talk about this Delta variant taking hold, and might be some more lockdowns and restrictions imposed. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be in favor in that, and sure hope that's not the case. That would be devastating to the economy, just as it starts to kind of get back to some degree of normalcy. Are you seeing or hearing, Kenny, people that are seeking to take up residence on the Gulf Coast? We got about a minute or two left here. Are you hearing from people, seeing that, any kind of trend there?
Uh, I haven't seen a trend of you talking about new residents, new people moving
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Um, I haven't seen a lot of that. I haven't looked at numbers either. It could be happening. I would assume it would be happening, of people trying to get get out of California and get out of
Yeah,
some of these blue states where it's just impossible to live. So we hope
agree.
they come here. Welcome to Mississippi.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Well, Kenny, appreciate the update on that. You guys have a good time. Sounds like it's going to be a fantastic event. The Ugly Tie Fest down in Gulfport this weekend. Food trucks, music, it's all free. Take care. Have a good one.
Thanks, Gerard. Appreciate it, man.
You bet it. Kenny Vest, Operations Director for the network down there. We'll take a break right here. We'll come back with more talk on the